while British intelligence continues to make itself a laughingstock, with its attempts to justify the failure of the Ukrainian army's counteroffensive in the Zaporizhzhia direction, seriously stating that bushes and large vegetation are to blame for everything. The Russian army continues its victorious offensive in the Kupyansk direction. As a result of well-coordinated actions, the Russian troops managed to come close to the city of Kupyansk. Residents of Kupyansk claim that the sounds of Russian artillery can already be heard even in the western part of this city. There is also information that the Ukrainian military command has begun to move out of Kupyansk all valuable documents and archives, including the headquarters of the operational command, which indicates that even the most ardent Ukrainian military optimists do not believe that the armed forces of Ukraine will be able to keep Kupyansk under their control. War correspondents claim that the Russian army, advancing on a broad front, managed to approach Kupyansk at a distance of 5 kilometers. The armed forces of Ukraine simply physically cannot stop the advancing of the 100,000-strong Russian army in this direction. As a result, the Ukrainian armed forces were forced to retreat across the Oskol River, as there was a high probability that the advancing Russian troops would be able to surround the Ukrainian army from two sides at once near Kupyansk. The situation of the Ukrainian army has deteriorated so badly that even General Alexander Syrsky was forced to come to Kupyansk to assess the situation. The fact that General Syrsky was forced to leave his troops near Bakhmut and come to Kupyansk indicates that the Russian army may break through the front here in the coming weeks. Moreover, numerous Ukrainian sources claim that Kupyansk is doomed. According to them, the Ukrainian command hastily moved its headquarters from Kupyansk to the western part of Kharkiv. Moreover, Ukrainian sources also claim that the armed forces of Ukraine does not have the necessary resources and power for the full-fledged defense of Kupyansk, as a result of which the Ukrainian command was forced to leave in this city only 2 motorized rifle brigades and numerous reconnaissance and sabotage groups, consisting of Polish, British, German, and Lithuanian mercenaries. General Zaluzhny, after being completely disillusioned with the tactics of warfare of the U.S. Army, returned the armed forces of Ukraine to the former tactics of warfare of the Soviet and Russian armies. Hoping to improve the situation of the Ukrainian army on the northern front, General Zaluzhny intensified the attacks of the armed forces of Ukraine on the village of Robotyno in the Zaporizhzhia region. Zaluzhny hoped that this would force the Russians to transfer their main forces from Kupyansk to the Zaporizhzhia direction. However, the armed forces of Ukraine were unable to break through the Russian defense in Robotyno, as a result of which the successful offensive of the Russian army on Kupyansk continued. According to military experts, the transition of Kupyansk under the control of the Russian army may take place as early as November this year. At the same time, it is also worth noting the incomprehensible behavior of the head of the office of the President of Ukraine, Mikhail Podolyak, who has been pouring mud not only at Russia, but also at its army since 2014, saying that Russians do not know how to fight, and that the Russian army will be destroyed within a few months. In particular, journalists and experts have noticed that in recent days, Mikhail Podolyak has completely changed his tone. Trying to justify the failures of the Ukrainian armed forces, Mikhail Podolyak began to declare that Ukrainians are fighting a serious enemy, whose army is considered the second in the world in terms of its power.